Now from KTSM 9 News, complete team coverage of the presidential visit to the borderland.
Continuing coverage of Joe Biden's first trip to the borderland as the President of the United States. As we showed earlier, he arrived around 12:25. This was about 25 minutes ago, right down at the border wall. They left the Bridge of the Americas, Joe Biden and his crew did, and they headed down 375 to the old hacienda along Paisano, kind of over by that old Fort Bliss. So this is old video from about 20 to 25 minutes ago of Biden meeting with Border Patrol down there. Of course, this is him arriving in El Paso, like I said, around 12:25 p.m. Once he arrived in El Paso, you see him getting off the plane right there. Once on the tarmac, the first person to greet him was Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Gave him a 5-point plan for Abbott's ideas on immigration in the United States. That's Veronica Escobar getting off the plane with President Biden as well. Again, went from there to the Bridge of the Americas to the border down by the wall, as you saw. He actually just arrived moments ago at the El Paso County Migrant Services Center in East El Paso. That's actually right over by the airport itself. This is supposed to be his last stop on his roughly 3-hour stay in El Paso this afternoon. Our very own Stephanie Shields is live down at the Migrant Processing Center right now. Stephanie, we just saw the live feed of President Biden arriving just a short time ago. Tell us what you saw.
Yeah, Colin, that's right. Just a few minutes ago, the president, along with the motorcade, just drove right through here. And I'll give you a look. You could just see dozens and dozens of vehicles out here, some security, those traveling with the president for this stop here in El Paso, and dozens more vehicles here. Now, I was able to catch a glimpse of the president as they drove through as to enter inside. It's kind of hard to see from this spot because of all those cars blocking it, but the Migrant Services Center is right behind all these cars in the middle of Boeing and Montana. That is where the president is supposed to meet with local officials, faith-based leaders, and NGOs. We did see them arriving here earlier before the president got here, so they are supposed to speak with him. It is 3:27. The president is expected to leave at 3:45, so the time is a little bit short. Now, we do have pool camera inside, so we can show you what is happening. We're not able to go inside, but the pool camera is in there, and we weren't able to see the president getting off the car and into the migrant center, but we did see him driving right by here. Now, Colin, this is once again expected to be his last stop, according to the White House, before he heads out of El Paso at 3:45, and we'll go ahead and bring you more on his visit after the Congresswoman Veronica Escobar and the local leaders who are meeting with him right now will brief us around 4:30. So we'll have that for you all as well in our later newscast. Colin, back to you.
Stephanie, thank you. As she just said, those local leaders you can see on your screen, Oscar Leeser, the mayor, Ricardo Samaniego, the county judge, they are inside that migrant processing center as we speak. Have to imagine President Joe Biden is in there as well, meeting with local leaders there. Now, again, to recap just a little bit, arrived at 12:25, went immediately to the Bridge of the Americas, met with Border Patrol along with Oscar Leeser and Ricardo Samaniego. They made an unexpected detour down Loop 375 west towards the border. They exited on Old Hacienda along Paisano. Take a look at the border wall there, met with Border Patrol there, and then they ventured back down east to the Migrant Processing Center again, which is where they currently stand right now. You heard Stephanie say just a moment ago that local leaders will be meeting with the media around 4:30 p.m. here to discuss some of the things that they discussed with President Biden on his first trip to the borderland as the President of the United States. President Biden is expected, at least on the White House's schedule that they provided to the media, to leave around 3:45. As it currently stands, it's 3:29. So would have to imagine if they're going to be on schedule, he'd have to be leaving the Migrant Processing Center here within the next 5 minutes or so. So we'll see how strictly they stick to that schedule. But again, scheduled to leave on Air Force One around 3:45, where he will go to Mexico City for a summit with North American leaders over the next couple of days. As Stephanie said, we'll have much more coverage for you from President Biden's trip to the borderland tonight at 4 p.m. That's in about half an hour from now. That Andy Morgan and Tasia Paloma have ventured back to the studio from the airport. They'll have full coverage. We'll also have much more coverage for you at 9:30 and 10 after Sunday Night Football here on KTSM. We'll send it back to golf and see you in just about 30 minutes.